All right, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? It's a little wet, but that's okay. It rained in Vietnam every day, so it's perfect. We appreciate you coming out this morning to celebrate and honor Specialist 4 Michael Anthony Pastorino. Michael was a resident here in the township and was killed on November 17th, 1969 while serving in Vietnam. Today we will honor Michael by dedicating this bridge. His family is with us today as well, so we'll be able to celebrate with them as well. At this time, I'd like to have presentation of the colors by the Guardians of the Washington Crossing National Cemetery.
Honor Guard, port arms. Hoist the colors. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arm.
Thank you, gentlemen. So today, on the 13th of May, we're dedicating Bucks County Bridge number 293 in honor of Specialist 4 Michael Anthony Pastorino, U.S. Army, killed in action November 17th, 1969. Michael was a communications radio operator in a squad of 12 on a mission out in the jungle searching for the Viet Cong. Came across the VC, firefight ensued. Mike was killed instantly. 6 months in country for Mike. He went into the service in June of '69. So life short, but the nice thing is today we can honor him, we can dedicate this bridge to him, and we can give Michael a legacy that will be here forever. Michael's name will be on this bridge that we'll see in just a little while, and he will have the opportunity to live on even past us, as it should be. Michael gave us the opportunity to gather here today and to do all the things we love to do. Without Michael's sacrifice and the other sacrifices of the 136 men from Bucks County, we could not do this. I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful to have met Michael's brother Chris. We had a great breakfast the other morning. I got to learn a lot about Mike. At this time, I'd like to introduce Upper Southampton Supervisor Keith Froggatt.
On behalf of the Upper Southampton Township Board of Supervisors, the residents, and the staff, I would like to thank Commissioner Harvey, Commissioner Marseglia, Commissioner DiGirolamo, along with Matthew Allen, Director of Veterans Affairs, and Ed Preston for putting this together, for honoring the memory of Michael Anthony Pastorino by dedicating bridge number 293 in his name. I'd also like to thank AMVETS Post number 273 and concerned citizen, U.S. Army veteran, and my friend Kyle Fitzpatrick for writing letters of support of our resolution to the county. The Vietnam War officially ended 50 years ago, April 30th, 1975. For Michael Anthony Pastorino, as you heard, it ended November 17th, 1969. I was recently at a bench dedication to a Centennial bus driver. The MC, one of my co-workers, Mike Sperduto, had mentioned that being involved in something dedicated to an individual is something that really only comes around once in a lifetime. And I want everyone to remember this day, remember the man we came to honor, and remember the honor you felt being here today. I have two hopes for this bridge. One, if a parent and child are coming across the bridge, and the child asks the parent, "Who is Michael Anthony Pastorino?" The answer would be, he's a true American hero. He fought for his country so that we could have our freedom. And my second hope is that when people cross this bridge, they remember everyone deployed, and they say a little prayer to God to bring everyone home safely. And Chris, if you just come forward, I'd like to present the resolution that we sent to the county. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ed.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, Keith. He's right, that is our hope. Our hope in this program that we started is that somebody will come across this bridge. Hundreds of people cross this bridge every day, but if just one every day sees his name, says his name, he will live forever. Somebody will Google his name and they will find that he was from their hometown, and they'll learn about him. They'll see a picture of him, which is really the ultimate goal. I'd like to introduce Randolph Scheiter, the commander of AMVETS Post 273.
Thank you. I'm also a Vietnam vet, and I was one of the ones there on April 30th, 1975, flying combat support missions in support of Operation Frequent Wind. I just have a few words. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today as we honor a true American hero, Specialist 4 Michael Anthony Pastorino, who gave his life in service to our country during the Vietnam War on November 17th, 1969. Today, we dedicate this bridge not only as a physical structure that connects places, but as a lasting symbol of courage, sacrifice, and remembrance. Spec 4 Pastorino answered the call of duty with unwavering bravery and paid the ultimate price so that we might live in freedom. Let this bridge serve as a daily reminder of his service, his sacrifice, and the values he stood for. May those who cross it remember the cost of our liberties and the hero who gave everything to protect them. To the family, friends, and fellow service members of Michael Anthony Pastorino, we offer our deepest gratitude. His legacy will not be forgotten.
Thank you, Commander. April 30th was just a few weeks ago, and I know that when I was working on this and the next couple bridges, it was poignant to me that it's still so long ago, but for the men standing in front of me and the men standing behind me, as the commander just said, he remembers it like yesterday, because it was. Just as I know Chris remembers the day those men came to his door, it was yesterday. So today, for everybody that's here, I say welcome home. We're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I'd like to introduce Matt Allen, Director of Bucks County Veterans Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ed. These dedications are reality thanks to Ed. His passion, dedication, and drive is remarkable, and I'm truly honored to now call him a friend. Thank you to the commissioners who approved this program. You are all part of something bigger than just being commissioners, and I'm honored to be a part of this dedication program. Today, we are all gathered to honor SP4 Michael Pastorino. We all came here together with a purpose that transcends the boundaries of time and space, to dedicate this Bucks County Bridge to Michael. 58,220 families were altered, saddened, and changed forever because of the Vietnam War. That's the total number of soldiers killed, and 136 of them were from Bucks County. Each time we have these dedications, I'll be honest, I wish we didn't have to do them. I wish that each and every service member would come home. These dedications will never be enough to repay the debt that Michael paid. But with this dedication, we can remember. This community can remember. We can see Michael's name every time we cross this bridge, and we can share his story and make sure that his legacy lives on forever. In today's society, this is something that we can all get behind. With these dedications, carry forward the values they stood for: courage, service, honor, and love for this country. One of Michael's last letters home stated, "The Army is what you make of it," and he is counting down the days to coming home. Those same thoughts still ring true to all those still deployed and those that have been deployed. I had those same thoughts when I was deployed. To those here in attendance today who struggle with the loss of Michael or PTSD from Vietnam or any other war or are struggling mentally, I want you to know that you are all enough. The world is a better place with each and every one of you in it. And I will leave you with this last question that I want you all to ask yourself. Why do you do what you do? Answer this to yourself and think deeply about this question. Thank you all for coming today, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much. It's a good question, and I agree. You guys are enough. The Vietnam War was hard, unwavering, and not supported when you came home. But you made it home, and that's good. Michael, however, was unfortunate enough not to make it home. So we will stand here today and remember him and honor him. We know Michael was a soldier in the U.S. Army. We know he was drafted in 1969. What about Michael? Mike. He was the son of a simple shoe cobbler. 5 brothers, 1 older, 4 younger. Liked painting, drawing, loved music. I can relate to that. Chris said he had a lot of albums. I asked where the albums were because I thought maybe I could pinch a few. But they're lost to time. The other day, while I was working on this, I thought, I'm going to put on some Cream from 1969 and just listen to that and think about what I could do for Michael to make him realize that I'm looking for him. But we are here today. So Michael's memory will live on. His legacy, which is the most important part, will live forever. We're going to unveil this sign in Michael's honor. Chris, if you do the honor, please. I'm going to take that. If you don't mind. Bob, if you don't mind, could you just hold that right here for us? Absolutely. Chris, our sign is right back there, if you don't mind. Just hold that out so we can see that with the camera. So, today, on Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, Bucks County Bridge number 293 will forever be known as Special for Michael Anthony Pastorino Memorial Bridge. Go ahead. This bridge is our 15th bridge we've done with the county and our organization, the Pennsylvania Vietnam Veterans Memorial. This is our 22nd. So we're very lucky to be able to do this with the county, and we appreciate their help. I'm going to ask Chris to come up and say a few words. I'm going to hold on to this. Thank you.
I want to thank Ed, this one,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and everybody that's involved in this. I know it's not a couple of pieces of paper and it's done, and the dedication you have is really something, and all the officials and the people who are involved, and especially all the veterans behind me. There hasn't been a single day since that day we got the news in my dad's shop that I don't think of Mike, and it's just something that and I speak for, I guess, all the other 58,000 families that once that happened, our family was never the same. It affected all my brothers different, me especially. And we just can't lose sight of what my immediate family, they know Michael very well because I talked about him all the time, but now that this bridge is open, maybe somebody will know who he really was. And I want to thank his friends for coming. Dave's going to speak in a couple minutes, and just want to thank everybody for coming. Appreciate it. Thanks again, Ed.
My pleasure. This is Michael's best friend before he went in. Dave, feel free.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First, I want to thank all you warriors that served. Without you guys and women, we would not be here today. Thank you. Thank you for your service. I met Mike. I called him Mike. I know Christopher, the whole family called him Michael. I know that. But where I grew up, if you like somebody, you always shorten the name. If you called me David, I knew you didn't like me. So Mike is who he was to me. I met Mike in Bishop McDevitt High School in 9th grade. We hit it off right away, got in trouble about the same time, and I started like hanging out with Mike after school and passed through the summer. And I got to tell you, Mike's demeanor was calming. Even though he was a warrior, he had a very calm way about him. And, you know, I always said to my wife, I never had an argument with Mike. Probably would have kicked my ass anyhow, but never had an argument with him. I used to date my wife, now my wife. It was my girlfriend, and Mike would go out with his girlfriend Helen, and we would double date together. In fact, I think we were together the night before he left for Vietnam, or 2 nights before he left for Vietnam. We went to the movies. I always think of Mike. I will never ever forget him and the supreme sacrifice that he made for all of us. And I just want to say thank you all for coming out in the rain today and honoring Mike. He sure deserved it. Thank you. And Mike, thank you for your service, Mike.
Thank you, gentlemen. Dave said calm. I read 2 letters that we'd gotten from both of Mike's commanding officers, and they both said that same exact word. Mike was calm and collected all the time. Always paused and knew what to do. So that's a true statement. And reflected in his battle. I think that nothing happens by coincidence. And I think there's a lot of circles in the world and they overlap. I had breakfast with Chris on Sunday morning, and he shared with me a scrapbook from the family. In that scrapbook was a letter of condolence that was written by the commander of the Hugh Eastburn III Marine Corps League Detachment. Today, one of my good friends is here from that detachment. I'm going to have them read a letter that was written in November of 1969. Ed Siebel.
You get a call from Ed late last night, so bear with me while I pull this picture up. So I can change the font. This letter was written by the Commandant of the UB Eastburn III Detachment Marine Corps League, dated 26 November 1969. My dear Mr. and Mrs. Pastorino, on behalf of the members of the UB Eastburn III Detachment Marine Corps League, I wish to express to you our sincere and most helpful sympathy in the loss of your son, Specialist 4th Class Michael A. Pastorino, United States Army, while in the service of our country. I am sure that you know your son's ultimate sacrifice against the spread of communism and aggression will not go unrewarded, and you, his parents, can be justly proud, as we are, of his unselfish act. Take some measure of consolation to knowing that his life was not given in vain.
The Marines of the UB Eastern 3rd Detachment salute you and bow our heads in prayer and remembrance of a gallant soldier, your son. Our organization of the Marine Corps Veterans stands ready to assist you in your hour of trial in any way we can. Signed, Francis H. Griffith, Detachment Commandant. Hoorah.
Thank you, Ed. So, veterans supporting veterans. 55 years later, 56 years later, the Marine Corps Detachment is still supporting your family, Chris, and I think that's awesome. And I think we all are supporting your family, and we will continue to. This bridge will remind us to support your family. Even though it was a long time ago, it still is like yesterday. I'd like to introduce Peter Chung, VA advocate from Brian Fitzpatrick's office.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We gather here today for a solemn and noble purpose, to dedicate the bridge in honor of a son of this town, a patriot and a hero who made the ultimate sacrifice in the service of our nation during the Vietnam War. Bridges connect people, places, and generations. It is only fitting then that this bridge will now forever bear the name of someone who gave his life to protect the values that connect us all: freedom, duty, and love of country. Specialist 4 Michael Anthony Pastorino was more than a uniform. He was a beloved son, brother, and a patriot. A young man with dreams, with courage in his heart, and a sense of duty that led him far from home and into the heart of war. He did not ask for recognition or honors. He answered the call when his country needed him, and in return, he gave the ultimate sacrifice on November 17th, 1969, in Binh Dinh Province, Vietnam. This bridge will stand not just as steel, concrete, and stone, but as a living monument to his courage and sacrifice. Although when people walk or drive over this bridge, they may not know his full story, they will know this: he mattered. He gave everything for something bigger than himself. To Chris Pastorino, the brother of Specialist 4 Michael Anthony Pastorino, we know that no words can fill the space left behind. But we hope this dedication brings a measure of comfort, a reminder that your sacrifice, too, is remembered, that your loved one will never be forgotten, and that a grateful nation will continue to honor him. To the people in attendance, may this bridge remind you of what patriotism truly means. Not just in words, but in action, in character, in courage. And to all who pass this way, may you be inspired by the name on this bridge. May you remember that heroes walk among us, and some gave all so that we all shall walk free. May God bless the memory of Specialist 4 Michael Anthony Pastorino. May God bless our veterans, and may God forever bless the United States of America. At this time, I would like to present a United States flag that was flown over the United States Capitol at the request of Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Peter. Again, this program isn't possible without the help of the commissioners, and I'm very happy that they've participated in every one and they've been so supportive. I'd like to introduce County Commissioner Diane Marseglia.
Good morning. I just wanted to make two brief comments. Sort of in a twist of irony, we had a new employee start yesterday, and somehow the issue of this bridge came up in the moments I was speaking to her. And it turns out that it is her uncle's brother by marriage, I think a generation removed. And what occurred to me at that moment is how grief is so generational. She knew about the uncle, but she probably didn't know everything. And so I was excited that this bridge was going to open because now the stories can come true. Now she can hear more. And now everyone in this township, as well as our employee, will be part of this greater family and knowing more about Officer Pastorino. And the second thing I wanted to say was just a thank you to Ed. We don't do these bridges one right after the other. It takes some time, and part of that is because Ed does research and gets to know the family. And I understood that you spent some time, Chris, with Ed, and that it was helpful. And I think that that is so important to the families, that time with Ed and that time here. There are a lot of wounds that get healed through that. So I want to thank you, Ed, and my best to you.
Thank you, Diane. Again, without the commissioners, I sat down with Commissioner Harvey November 3 years ago after a bridge dedication we were doing, and we had breakfast and we talked about what I'd like to do. Without hesitation, Bob was like, there's 144 bridges in Bucks County, let's do it. And again, like the other commissioners, Bob is steadfast, kept the program at the forefront and allowed me to do what we want to do and honor these 136 men. So with such gratitude, I welcome Bob Harvey. Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. I want to thank a lot of the people who are here today, our police officers here in Upper South for closing off the road so we could do this program. The General Services of Bucks County, who helped set everything up, our communications staff, Matt Allen for his work on organizing this. I want to thank especially the Upper Southampton supervisors for reaching out to us. This is and should be a partnership when it comes to honoring those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. And while Ed does tremendous research, we have reached out to our local municipal governments to let us know how we can partner. If there's a bridge or another ceremony that you'd like to see us do and incorporate into this program, we are happy to do that. For those who are just learning about this program today, as you heard, it's been about 3 years now. This is our 14th bridge. On the website of the county, there's a map that shows every bridge that's been dedicated. And for every one of those bridges, there is an icon linking you to information about each of the men, and it is all men. The 136 people we lost here in Bucks County were all male. There's a link to each one of them so you learn a little bit about them. As I sat here listening to a lot of the discussions from about Michael Pastorino, I talked a little bit to his brother Chris earlier, and he mentioned that his brother was in the Green Berets, which is, you don't have to be an expert on the military to know that that is an elite organization within the United States Army. And he said he wondered how we got in, because he was drafted, and he was this kid who loved music and loved art, and he ends up in an elite unit of the United States Army, one of the most elite in the world. But I think if you paid attention to the words that were spoken about him, you learned why. How many calm 20-year-olds do you know? He was 20 years old. Remember, the average age of the American service member in Vietnam was 19. So the Army recognized the traits he had. You heard his friend Dave talk about it. You heard Chris talk about it. You heard Ed talk about the letters from his commanders that were sent home to the Pastorino family. Radio operators are usually the first ones off the chopper and the last ones on. They have to stand right by their commanding officer constantly. They have to expose themselves to danger while carrying, a pack on their back that makes them a lot slower and makes them a bigger target. And while firefights are ensuing, in good weather and bad, heat, rain, no matter what's happening around you, you have to remain calm. Because if you're not able to communicate and bring in support, if you're not able to communicate and spread in the information that might be vital to the survival of the people you're with, it isn't just your life that's at risk, it's all of them. And so we heard a lot about Michael and his demeanor and the kind of person he was. It explains why the Army recognized him, not just for the job of radio operator, but also as a Green Beret. Robert E. Lee once said, "It is well that war is so terrible, lest we grow too fond of it." It is older men who make decisions about going to war, but it is the young men and women who have to pay the sacrifice. So as we remember Michael and the other veterans that we've honored throughout this program, and the veterans we will continue to honor, let's hope and pray that we don't have reason to do many more of these in the future, beyond honoring those we've lost already. So thank all of you for being here. Whether you just were in the neighborhood and wanted to know what this is about, if you're connected to Upper South or the Pastorino family, or you heard about it through one of the veterans organizations and just wanted to be here, thank you. And a special thank you to the Honor Guard behind me, for their work, not just here, but many of them said they're going to be going to Washington Crossing for a funeral after this. They're here steadfast, honoring the memory of those who are no longer with us, those who paid the sacrifice so that we could be here, living the lives we live. Thank all of you for being here. God bless you. God bless Chris and your family. And God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. So today as we leave, drive across the bridge. It's good for you. It's got a name on it now. And there are 14 other bridges in the county you can go find by that map Bob was talking about. And you can find that map on buckscounty.gov/memorial bridges. And all of them will be there. This dedication will be up on that website probably by the end of the week. And it will be there forever as well, so you can watch it. It's also being streamed right now live on Facebook, so those folks that haven't made it here, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Our next dedication will be in Newtown Township on June 24th on Wrightstown Road. We'll start at 11 a.m. as well. It's going to be a little loud, so you might want to bring some ear protection. It's going to be a good one. We'll be recognizing Michael McDonald on that day. He was a U.S. Army helicopter pilot from Newtown Township. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I'd like to thank all the guests. I'd like to thank our Honor Guard from Washington Crossing National Cemetery. This time we'd like to retire the colors.
Please rise. We give a final tribute. Honor Guard, retire the colors.
Wait. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you on the 24th.